portion. a bigger portion. twilight. Their shades were never fully black or white.
You're in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, singing to me. You're in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, making me bleed. You're in my
Let me talk about my favorite loadouts. I was very bad with Androxus, but I loved this loadout. Even without Chronos, you only had to land 4 shots before you could activate Reversal and it would reset your nether step. Ash of course had some minimum ammo regeneration, but focusing on the shield reset, and with slug shots you had ranged options as well. And even if the shield broke very often, I had kinetic burst every 3 seconds. So it gave me a lot of opportunity to knock back opponents or just reset my shield. With Atlas you had to include these cards in your loadout because the amount of time you win with this card is tremendous. You had like 6 seconds to make decisions like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go back. And then you put your shield down. You always had to start with your F ability, because if you put your shield down, your position will be here, and you will be teleporting into the same place. And you also had to like survive 1 or 2 seconds. You see my F is already back up. And yeah, it's just an overall very solid, very all-around loadout. And you see the 6 seconds is starting now, so even if I take damage in these 6 seconds, I heal back everything if I just set myself back. It was a very strong loadout. With Betty, I went for ammo regen and cooldown reduction and some air control because it was very good. Like only 2 points were enough for yourself to make yourself very comfortable in the air, where you land and everything. And of course it's with Garo bounce, so you have a lot of opportunity to get away from opponents. You could use your F ability to deal damage to opponents in like small areas. And as you can see, my air control is very decent, and you don't run out of ammo, so it was very good. We all know that Buck has a lot of good loadouts for both of these talents. For some reason I went with this, because I gave myself the option to increase my speed after net shot as well, so I had 2 ways to increase my speed and not only one. Like I could use this to engage or disengage as well. And I had the leap as well, which I could decide on if I want to engage with or disengage as well. And like, even if you just go behind the wall while they are slowed, you can heal up a ton with the bulk up. So it wasn't a very bursty 1v1 loadout, but it was decent enough so it is unaffected by getting gripped by Genos or whatever if you try to bounce house on the opponent. So it was a very good alternative, having 2 ways to disengage or engage and having a very strong heal. Cassie was the classic reset the dodge roll cooldown and the minus cooldown on roll and blast shot. So it was very fun. And you didn't run out of ammo as well, or only very hardly. With Fernando, if you didn't mind having a long fireball cooldown, you could use a loadout similar to this where you get a lot of charges and you get shield after a charge. So you could even deal damage while the shield lasted. And you got back your shield very quickly. And even in the meantime, if they didn't focus you, you could use your abilities to deal damage. Or if they focused you, they just helped getting your charge back faster. And by the time you were holding up your shield, the damage over time effect is taking place as well, so it helped a ton in your cause. And if they didn't shoot you, well, you either just shield behind your shield, or if they focus someone else, you just kill them, so it's whatever. Get some Chronos, get some Nimble, and you're good to go. And also some Guardian, to get like 1k shield after every charge. With Imani it was no question that you use Mana Rift, and I recently started using the extra mana and the minus cooldown on the cards type of loadout. Because obviously you start the fight with, let's say, a double fireball, like this. Or even if you just use your abilities, all you needed to do was like land 1 or 2 like fireballs and then you had everything again. So the cooldown region was very crazy. And also if you just use your frost, bomb, let's say, you add it again, or if you use your Inferno cannon, you just need to land like 5 shots or whatever, and you had it again.
Oh, baby, a triple!
And the amount of mana you can regenerate while you're in your Rift, or you're just using your abilities inside of it, gave you a lot of free extra damage. So it was really neat. With Rom you had multiple options to choose from, but I went with Enforcer usually to avoid knockbacks and stuff, or knockups, and just went with maximum damage reduction while I'm in combat, or max HP. You use your Q ability to disengage usually and get maximum value while out of combat behind the wall or anything, so damage reduction on Q makes no sense. And basically all you need to do, because you have meditation and Chronos too, is to just spam your Q ability, which is Soul Harvest, yeah. If you had Chronos too, and then basically you had out of combat armor 0.24, because you need to activate it like every 9 seconds. If you see I don't activate it, I lose it instantly. It is an arrow window, but with Chronos 2 is manageable, or if you just manage to collect 1 or 2 soul orbs from the ground. So yeah, you can keep your soul armor up 0.24 this way. With Tracklist you had the ability to extremely be tanky, like with the minus emitter cooldown, the extra health and whatnot, damage reduction after advance. Of course advance because you have to discard the rocket barrage or the rocket launchers completely from your loadout and everything, because their cooldown management and damage reduction from that is just not worth it at all. And here you could just buy whatever, like Veteran, like Guardian, Chronos, to get your abilities back even faster, to have more damage reduction, or just straight up shield. And like really good luck killing something that is this surviving. Like I'm just standing here doing nothing basically. If you can even just go behind the wall for a bit, you have shields again. And if you take this many hits and you don't die, or you don't kill someone, you deserve to die. So Ruckus had a very good potential to be a tank that can hold off points, like choke points, or push back opponents, because the time they needed to kill you was much higher than the time that you needed to kill them. So even if you couldn't hunt them down, you could push them back. So this is an alternative way to play him. Obviously on maps where the high ground makes no extreme difference. So you could afford to not go on high ground and just be in their face all the time. With Terminus you could have a very good amount of shield regeneration and everything if you didn't stick to the classic walking, just swinging damage reduction type of Terminus, but actually using your loadout to try to increase your shield capacity and everything. Even if your shield is just gone, you can reset it in a second. So it made no sense for me to stick to the speedy Terminus, because after a while if you used this card on a higher amount, buying Nimble and everything was kind of not pointless, but it helped much less than if you could get your shield back very often and deal much more damage due to the orbs, and then just grab some Nimble and lethality or whatever from the store. Like you can buy speed, but you cannot buy shield regen and extra damage from attacks. And your HP pool is more than fine to kill someone or just walk on them or everything else. So this was a much more fun version of Terminus than the damage reduction plus movement speed one, where you just swing your way until you die.
Do something!
Tiberius was an extremely broken champion, and I don't know why didn't the devs do anything about it. Like, even the 2 charges and the damage only, without even the damage reduction, was very good already. And you know why? Because you could reset your jumps it resets both of them. And I just tossed some shield on the jump, so I had like 1000 or 1500 shield extra on top of my HP. As a damage champion, 2.4k HP plus 1.5k shield is a horribly high amount, and you can just jump on someone and kill them basically in 2 things or whatever.
Best just to stay out of his way.
So I don't know. Like, you have the mobility, you have the damage even on high range, you have the damage reduction. Like, what else can you ask from a champion, honestly? With Vora, I just very much enjoyed playing unyielding pressure with just switching between the swing and the jump. Obviously, you don't want to waste everything on one opponent, but like, you had a healthy amount of jumping abilities and a healthy amount of damage as well.
Okay, now you're rolling.
So she was a very good champion. Just swinging around, dealing a lot of damage with the Dark Siphon and rinse and repeat, and that was all she needed to do. So even though she was a bit squishy because she has like 2k HP,
5 in a row.
depending on loadout and items and everything,
A dub, dude.
but she had an extremely high amount of mobility, long range damage, so being squishy was never an issue with her. Willow was another epitome of broken characters because the range from where you could stack Blast Flower was crazy. When you didn't play that legendary, it didn't mean anything because you kept dealing like 200 damages even from far range, but if you played Blast Flower, even if you didn't hit them, you dealt like 600 damage, even though you hit them like 6 meters away from them or whatever. It's unreal. Also, this card is very funny. Like, if you hit it just right, you can generate very high amounts of speed. So even if it was a bit niche or whatever, because you damaged yourself, but you could gain an extreme amount of speed if done correctly. If you practice this for like 5 minutes, I'm sure you could have done it very well. With Yagurath, you had the ability that you didn't need the quills, because the damage per second dealt by the corrosive spit alone was very high compared to other tanks. So even if you just activate it hardened so you don't take any damage almost,
5 in a row.
you could just kill someone and just roll away.
Dub, dude.
Like, Jesus Christ. I wouldn't say Yagurath was extremely broken, but she was very close to it. I just didn't like that your sensitivity got halved when you use your acid compared to like your normal sensitivity, so it was very unsettling for me, so I didn't play her too much. With Ying, focusing lens was good for people who had aim hand. I'm 100% sure about it because you could use your clone steel to be a meat shield for you, so you basically never died. But if you went for resonance, they weren't really happy to shoot your clones as well, so it somehow made up for the damage of focusing lens. Even if you just missed one shot, you didn't get the bonus damage, so it's whatever. But here, basically, I went for ammo, so you barely ran out of ammo, and you know that you could just spam clones, and whenever they died you had one instantly again. And if you were in a bit of a trouble, you could just port around and whatever, or you could just explode it on them. So it was, I think resonancing was very, very oppressive. Like, people thought that you might be trolling because you played her, obviously not as a solo hero, but as a second hero you could go for it. And she was extremely, extremely good. Like, you could increase the duration of dimensional link to further increase your survivability because the basic duration is very low. Of course, this was a must-needed card, and I went for 4 ammo because it felt very natural and you could and you barely need to reload anytime. Here is whatever, it was a filler card. With Zin, the reason I liked playing Smolder was because you healed 30% of your max HP during below, uncauterized, and if you think about it, it is like 600 HP or 700 or whatever, how much your loadout affected you or your items. And this was very conditional,
Okay, real
and
talk.
this was
I'm gonna
also
stomp
just
that guy.
tank killer or whatever. This had a very good merit as well, but I just liked it for duels and whatever, because obviously as a flank you need to duel much more than other champions, so 30% HP meant a lot for you. And Smolder worked very well with some cooldown reducing cards. For example, you reflect damage to someone, you could whirl again. You use below, you could whirl again. You reflect damage, you whirl again, and you kill someone, you can below again. So like, it was a very fluid
That's 5 in a row.
type
Okay,
of
real talk.
gameplay where you constantly kept regenerating HP through kills and everything else. Like I said, I'm not a good Zin, but you had to use all of your
Unstoppable.
abilities
Oh, baby,
to
triple.
be very effective. And what if you, let's say, missed counter, or you, because that's the most crucial thing, you miss it, you didn't do anything, you just go below, you have whirl again, or you swing before that, they have low HP, and you can do everything once again. So,
Dub, dude.
like, you might think that only works on paper, but it's whatever, it's your style, you didn't need to go guns blazing in with Zin. It's not a type of champion that might do it, but I understand people who went movement speed after counter and everything like that, like counter resetting. It was very annoying loadout as well to deal with, so I understand completely that playstyle as well. I just like this type of fluid movement, fluid usage of cooldowns and everything else. And the constant healing, even if you slapped some bloodbath with that. Basically, you were regenerating a lot of HP through each duel and after each duel, so it was very good in my opinion, but it's whatever. So yeah, these are my liked loadouts in the game, which I use very often, and that's it. I am basically pretty much leaving Paladins behind, so I will just play casually from time to time, but I'm not going to really make a new video of it anytime soon. So I would like to thank the game all the good memories that it created for me, and all my respect to the developers and everybody, because this is, I think, a niche like these hero shooters where the killing time wasn't extremely fast. Like of course you could get a fast killing time with certain loadouts and certain champions, but it wasn't always like a one-shot type of scenario. You had to like plan how you attack and everything, and each role could fit each role. So even if your team trolled a bit, you could find your own purpose in the team. So I think it's a very overall balanced game in general, and I really hope that in the future they will come out with something similar, or they might somehow revive the game in any form. I am looking for that. Thanks everybody for staying with me for the Paladins videos, if you came on this channel only for those, and have a good one. I'll see you in another type of video. Goodbye.